Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Bhakta Bandhav Shila Guru Deva Om Ajnana-Timirandhasya Gnanana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Vandeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanuga Pravaram Brajarasarasigam Cha Narayanam Tang Pramannam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Prasthaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktiram Cha Kripa Murti Narayanam Seva Kunja Bhaje Ramye Govardhana Girosara Radha Kunja Rasanande Dattat Seva Pradayakam Gurum Narayanakyam Tang Vande Vinoda Prashtakam Yat Parasmiti Matrena Damodara Prasidati Manchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva Bhutanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaha Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratyashe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinavandha Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Takta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Bhaktya Vihina Parada Lakshay Kshiptasya Kamarita Rangamadhyam Kripamayi Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Bhajami Radha Maravinda Netram Smarami Radha Madhura Smitasyam Bhajami Radha Guruna Paradram Tomamanyasti Gatir Nadapi Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakti Minna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. First of all, offer my Shastamanandra Pranam Thousand times Lord Shri Paramadadam Guru Paravarno Vishnu Parasotra Shishiman Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Gurudev. Secondly, offer my Shastamanandra Pranam Thousand times Lord Shri Rupanuga Gauri Guru Vargam. Hamaray Shastanganvar Pranam Dosan Guru Vaishnava Vaishnava. Continuing the reading, Maharaj.Damodara Ashtakam. Gurudev's purport. In the fourth verse, Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksha Vadhim Va Na Chanya Viniham Varesha Rabiham Idam Deva Purnata Gopala Balam Sadame Manasya Virastam Kimanya. So yesterday, hearing how the Vaishnavas, they never desire this moksha, this mukti. Vaishnavas only want one thing, prem seva. Therefore, prem seva uttara mukti. That liberation which entails prem seva, that is acceptable. But swasukha aishwarya uttara mukti, that liberation which is for one's own happiness, the Vaishnavas, they reject that. So continuing here, Srila Gurudev is saying that Shuddha Bhaktas, however, have one-pointed attachment for the loving service of Sri Krishna. They do not even aspire for prem seva uttara moksha, wherein some desire for one's own happiness still remains. In other words, when we say prem seva uttara moksha or prem seva uttara mukti, because it is still liberation. It is liberation where prem seva is there. But still, he's saying that there's some desire for one's own happiness. In other words, only the Brajvasis, they are truly selfless in that sense. Their love is truly for the happiness of Sri Krishna. When Sri Bhagavan offers such one-pointed devotees either of these classes of moksha, they never accept. There in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Bhagavan says, Diyamanam grihnanti vina matsevanam jana. A pure devotee never accepts any kind of moksha, even if I personally offer it to him. The unalloyed devotee's only desire is to engage in loving service to Sri Bhagavan. In the history of Vritrasur, narrated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vritrasur rejected all varieties of moksha and prayed to be able to render service to the lotus feet of Sri Bhagavan. In other words, Gurudev is indicating here that even in prem seva uttara mukti or moksha, there is some selfish desire that is still there. So it's not like the immaculate prem of the Brajvasis. It's like Vaikuntiya prem. He's indicating that even in that Vaikuntiya prem, there is some selfishness. The Vritrasur has prayed, Nanaka prishtam nashaparameshtam. Na sarva bhaumam na rasadipatyam na yoga siddhi na punarbhavam va samanjasa tva virahaya pangshyam. O ocean of all good fortune, apart from serving your lotus feet, I do not wish for anything. I do not wish to obtain the summit of heaven, Dhruvalok, the Vaikuntha planet situated at the zenith of the material cosmos, nor the highest seat of power within the universe, the seat of Lord Brahma, nor have I any desire for sovereignty over all of the earth, nor sovereignty over all the planets down to Rasatal, which are flooding with sense enjoyment. I do not long for mastery over all the yoga siddhis, nor even for the end of repeated birth and death, moksha. It was prayed by who? Vritrasur. In the same way, Sri Satyabhat Muni is not even asking for a boon related to the utmost limit of moksha, residence in Vaikuntha. Therefore, Rupa Goswami has said that Bhukti Mukti Spriha Yavat Pisachit Vardate Tavat Bhakti Sukhasya Katam Urbada Yoga. That the desire for moksha is like a pisachi, like a witch. Desire for bhukti is like a witch. It will haunt you, possess you. Because it is selfish. The desire for liberation is related regarding one's own self. Oh, I want to be freed from this material existence. I want this. I need this position. Sri Satyabhat Muni continues, Na cha anyam. Furthermore, I have no desire to obtain any other benediction. By the word anya, other in this phrase, Sri Satyabhat Muni implies, I do not even want the result of performing the 9 kinds of Vaidhi Navada Bhakti. Hearing about Bhagavan, Shravan, Kirtan, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Arshanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivarnam. I don't desire any of these 9 types of bhakti. I mean the result, not the bhakti. I don't want the result from that bhakti. Any boon you would offer in exchange for my devotion, I don't want that. Rather, doing the devotion itself is the boon. His response astonishes Sri Krishna, who then asks, the 9-fold system of devotional service, Navada Bhakti, has been abundantly praised in the scriptures. Yet you do not want to accept even that? What then is your desire? Then Sri Satyavrata Muni utters his prayer. My only desire is that your form, this little Bal Gopal, manifest in my heart forever. That small cowherd boy who is afraid of his mother and who is looking here and there with fearful, suspicious eyes. In the phrase Vareshad Apiha, Vara Ishat Api Iha. The word Iha means here or in this place. Thus the sage is praying, may your form as a little cowherd boy, which is present here in Vrindavan, appear within my heart. I have no need for any other benediction besides this. The form of Bal Gopal will only appear in one's heart as a result of Prema Bhakti. Sadhaks who perform Shravan, Kirtan and Smaran of Krishna do not care if they go to heaven or hell. Their only desire is to engage in cultivating Prema Bhakti under the guidance of Tattvagya Rasik Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas who have realized the absolute truth and who are expert in relishing loving emotions. It is therefore said, Tannama Rupa Charitari Sukirtananu Smrityu Kramena Rasana Manasini Yoja Tishtam Brajetan Anuragi Jananugami Kavan Nayad Akilam Ityupadesha Saram. The Bhakti sadhaks should perform Kirtan and Smaran, remembrance of Sri Krishna's name, form, character and pastimes. Thus they should gradually engage their tongues and minds, withdrawing them from absorption in sense objects, which cause aversion to Sri Krishna. Residing in Braj Mandal, they should follow in the footsteps of Sri Krishna's associates who have deep attachment for him and fully utilize every moment of their time like this. This is the essence of all teachings. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Uddhav says, this is Uddhav's prayers. Uddhav prayed, I think, 6 verses to the gopis after he had heard the Brahma Gita from Radhika, Lotus mouth. Then he prays in 6 verses. Here one of the verses says that Eta param tanu brito bhuvi gopa badva Govinda eva nikilatmani ruddha bhava Vanchanti ad bhavabiyo munayo vayamcha Kim Brahma Janma Virananta Katara Sasya. The young wives of the Gopas embodied here on the earth led the topmost lives because they have Mahabhav, or full-blown, selfless love for Sri Govinda, the very soul of all. Their pure love is sought after by those sages who fear repeated birth and death, as well as by us. What is the use of being born as even Lord Brahma if one doesn't have any taste for hearing the nectarian descriptions of Sri Hari? So the gopis, they have achieved this Ruddha Adiruddha Mahabhav, and therefore their lives are successful. What is the use of having a life of Brahma, such a long life, if one doesn't hear the Ananta Katha, the unlimited glories of Sri Krishna? Britchasur also prayed that he may gain the association of the Vaishnavas and cultivate Prema Bhakti under their guidance. Mamottama shloka janeshu sakyam samsara chakra brahmata sakarmavi Twan mayaya atmaja daragaheshu asakta chittasya nanata bhuyat. O Master of my life, I am not seeking liberation. I am not concerned if I must repeatedly roam about in this vicious cycle of birth and death as a result of my actions. However, wherever I go and in whichever species I take birth, please grant me the loving friendship of your dear devotees, for in their association I can cultivate Prema Bhakti. My Lord, I only pray that I will not have to mingle with those bewildered by your illusory potency, always attached to their bodies, homes, children and families and so on. So he's praying, I don't want this asat sangha. Please always allow me to be in the association of your devotees. I don't care whatever species I may be, as long as I am your devotee. Bhakti Thakur also prayed this. Kita janma hao yata tu adas, bahimukha brahma janma nahi as. Maybe even a worm, but as long as I'm your devotee, I don't care. Any position. But if I'm averse to you, then I don't even want a position like Brahma. Although the position of Navada Bhakti is so elevated, Satyavrata Muni has no desire for it. Why? Srila Sanatana Goswami reconciles this wonder. He explains that the fruit of one's practice of Navada Bhakti depends upon the nature of one's practice. When the 9 limbs of Bhakti are performed according to Vaidhi, they enable the sadhak to attain Vaikuntha. On the other hand, when the same limbs of Bhakti are performed in Rag, they enable the sadhak to reach the abode of Vrindavan, where they attain loving service to Sri Krishna. In other words, whatever the motive is, you will attain that destination. Like Dhruv Maharaj, he also engaged in Navada Bhakti. He was doing what? Smaran. Limb of Smaran, meditating on Narayan. But with what? A desire to achieve a kingdom greater than his great-grandfather Brahma. His son is Manu, Manu's son is this Uttanapad. Then his son is Dhruva. In this way, he achieved what? Dhruva Loka, due to the nature of his desire. So Bhakti is all powerful. Why? It said that Bhajanera Madhya Shasta Navavili Bhakti. Krishna Prem, Krishna Ditya, Dhare Mahashakti. So powerful these 9 limbs of devotion, they can give you even this Krishna Prem. But Tar Madhya Sarvasashta Nam Sankirtan, Nir Aparada Nam Loile, Paya Premana. But one who chants, but out of all those limbs, Harinam is the topmost. And if you chant it without offense, you will achieve the wealth of Prem. Therefore, depending on what is your motive, you will achieve that kind of destination. It is important to carefully understand the meaning of Rag. Rag is defined as one's attraction to an object. If the soul's inherent capacity is to be attracted toward, if the soul's inherent capacity to be attracted is directed towards Sri Krishna, if he becomes the exclusive object of that attraction, it is called Ragatmik Bhakti. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad has defined Ragatmik Bhakti in the following verse. In other words, the soul is always attracted. In other words, the soul has this natural, sabhavik prem in the heart. But the nature of prem is to serve. The nature of prem is to always engage in loving exchanges. So the soul is always looking for some opportunity to share its love. And therefore, if it is not offered to Krishna, then the soul will offer it to mundane things, mundane objects. But if Krishna becomes the exclusive object of your attraction, then the soul will offer all its love to Sri Krishna. And then that love will only increase and increase due to the nature of that love, that pure love. And then it will become Ragatmika Bhakti. Ishta Swarasiki Raga Parama Vishtita Bhavet Tanmahi Yad Bhavet Bhakti Satra Ragatmakolita. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami has defined what is Ragatmik Bhakti. Rag, in order to understand what is Ragatmik Bhakti, you have to understand what is Rag first. Rag is the unquenchable loving thirst for the object of one's affection, that in turn gives rise to spontaneous and intense absorption in that object. Devotion that is performed with such Rag is known as Ragatmik Bhakti. In other words, when the Atma becomes saturated with Rag, that devotion which is offered at that time is known as Ragatmik Bhakti. Spontaneous, intense absorption in the object of one's love is referred to as Rag. And when Krishna Bhakti reaches this state of intense attachment, it is called Ragatmik Bhakti. Thus, in brief, Ragatmik Bhakti is the loving thirst for Sri Krishna. The topmost example of Ragatmik Bhakti is found in the deeply loving emotions that the Brajvasis feel for Sri Krishna. And devotion that is aimed at attaining this stage of Ragatmik Bhakti is called Raganuga Bhakti. Bhakti following in the wake of Ragatmik Bhakti. So when you follow the Ragatmik Bhakti of the eternal Brajvasis, then it is called Raganuga. Anuga means to follow. What? Rag. But who's Rag? The Rag of the Brajvasis, the eternal Brajvasis. Then it's called known as Rag Anuga Bhakti. Since the devotion of one following the Vaidhi Marg is dependent on the dictation of rules and regulations, it is weak. In other words, there are so many limitations there. What you can do, what you cannot do. And it is compelled or inspired by fear. On the other hand, Raganuga Bhakti is entirely independent and therefore it is powerful by nature. We'll stop here for now on Damodara Ashtakam and we'll read some Vilapa Kusumanjali. Gurudev will explain further more on the subject of Ragatmik Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti. Then the fourth verse of Vilapa Kusumanjali, Prabhur api yarunandano yayesha, priya yarunandana unnata prabhava, swayam atula kripamrita abhishekam, mama krit vamsatam aham gurum prapadyam. Let me surrender to my spiritual master, Yarunandana Acharya. Being a powerful and dear devotee of the Supreme Lord, he sprinkled the nectar of his mercy upon me. The Kripa Kataksha commentary by the Vaishnavas. Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. Das Goswami next prays. One Yarunandan is Krishna, but his nearest and dearest, my beloved Guru Padma, is also named Yarunandan. He is the embodiment of Krishna's mercy. Therefore, he is my Guru. I took shelter of him and he also accepted me. He offered me to the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu, made my relation with Sarup Damodar and gave me service under guidance of Rupa Goswami. Therefore, Raghunath Swami is prayed, Nama Sheshnam Manuapi Satchiputtam Atras Rupam Rupam Tasyagajam Uripurim Maturim Goshtavatim Radha Punnam Iham. He said that Nama Sheshnam Manuapi Satchiputtam Atras Rupam Rupam Tasyagajam Uripurim Maturim Goshtavatim Radha Girivaramaho Radhika Madhavasam Prapto Yasya Patita Krimpaya Shri Gurum Tannatosmi. This by the mercy of Yarunandana Acharya, I have received all these things. Nama, Sheshtam, topmost form of the topmost holy name. Satchiputram, chief, the shelter of Satchinanda Gaurahari. Attrasarupam, Sarup Damodara Goswami. Rupam Tasragajanam. Rupa Goswami and his elder brother Sanatana Goswami. Uri Purim, Maturim, Goshtavatim. And this Mathura Puri, this Brajmandal. Radha Kundam Girivaramaho Radhika Madhavasam. Radha Kund, Giriraj Govardhan, the shelter of Radha Kund and Giriraj Govardhan. And the direct service of Sri Radha Madhav. Prapto Yasya Patita Kripaya, Shri Gurum Tannatasmi. By the Kripa of my Shri Gurudev, Shri Yarunandana Acharya, I received all these things. Therefore, you should understand anything that is happening in the sadhak's life, any chance for service, any association of the Vaishnavas, any devotional moods that are coming to our heart, we should know that this is all coming from Sri Guru Padma, coming from our merciful guardians. They are inspiring us, they are giving us, arranging everything for us. Don't think that anything happens by chance. Oh, by chance I met this Vaishnava, by chance I'm here in Bandhav. No. Guru and Vaishnava, they arrange everything for the jiva. But sometimes the jiva is very independent, he doesn't want to receive the mercy. Then he does so many things independently. And ultimately, if he does independent things, then he will suffer. He will realize, he will not make progress. Sometimes the jiva has to learn the hard way also. It is like that. Therefore, we should, Raghunath Swami is showing Nishtha here for his Dikshu Gurudev. So, like Param Gurudev said, I was here during the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even the six Goswamis, even during the time of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, even during the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I was present in some form or another. But they never saved me, they never gave me their mercy. But it was Prabhupada who pulled me out of this samsara. From grabbing my shika, grabbing my hair, he pulled me out of this samsara, placed me at his lotus feet. Therefore, Param Gurudev's Guru Nishtha, Guru Bhakti was unfathomable. Always dedicated to the service of Prabhupada. So, we should understand the importance of our Guru and Vaishnavas. There is, first of all, we should understand there is Diksha Guru and then there is Shiksha Guru also. Two kinds of Guru. Diksha Guru is the form of Krishna's, is directly Krishna's Rup, and the Shiksha Guru is Krishna's Swarup. And the Shiksha Guru, he is the embodiment of the Diksha Guru actually. Shiksha Guru is direct manifestation of Shiksha Guru. And therefore, the Shiksha Guru, he teaches us how we can serve the Diksha Guru. He teaches us in that. That is his function. He teaches us how we can serve Sri Krishna. And sometimes we can say that there is Pancharatric line, there is Pancharatric Parampara. But more prominent than the Pancharatric Parampara is the Bhagavad Parampara. It is known as the Shiksha Parampara. And ultimately, he who has the topmost devotion, he who has the topmost nishtha, he comes in the line of the Bhagavad Parampara. That is how it's not based on Pancharatric Vidhi. Rather, he who has devotion, Jai Bhaja Se Guru. He worships, he is great. So even someone might not be connected to one's Diksha Guru, one might be connected to the Guru Parampara to Diksha, but if he is following everything, and he is taking Shiksha, that is what is important. Not that they want to disrespect the Diksha Guru, but still at the same time, where one is receiving guidance and inspiration, that takes prominence. Therefore, this Shiksha, and ultimately Shiksha is what? And Diksha is not different. Diksha is what? Divya Gyan, right? Transcendental knowledge. And Kuriyat Papa Sankshan, removal of anarthas. And what is Shiksha? Shiksha is also Divya Gyan. Shiksha also helping remove anarthas, so they complement each other. It's the same thing. So, it is very important to have this Guru Nishtha, this Guru Bhakti. Therefore, Raghunath Das Goswami is glorifying his Diksha Guru, Yadunandana Acharya. But we can see actually Raghunath Das Goswami, his prominent relationship was with who? It was directly with Bhakta Goswami, Mahaprabhu, and Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis. Especially Rupa Goswami. Therefore, Raghunath Das Goswami is known as foremost of the Rupanugas. He is Prayojan Tattva Acharya. Prayojan Acharya, he is helping us understand the teachings of Rupa Goswami and combine and how to practice, how to formulate. He's teaching us. Especially this Vilapa Kusumanjali. He's showing in what are the 7 moods, the 7 bhavs that are required to serve in the spiritual order as a maid servant of Srimati Radhika. You want to be under the guidance of Rupa Manjari? This is how you be under the guidance of Rupa Manjari. This is how you serve. This one verse here is expressing all his moods of his desire for service, everything. So the Vaishnavas are saying here that Krishna mantra is given by Diksha Guru. And Shiksha Guru teaches Braj Bhakti or Raganuga Bhakti. Sometimes Diksha Guru also accepts the position of Shiksha Guru. Like Gurudev said that Param Gurudev for me was my Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru, both. But also at the same time, then Gurudev also accepted Swami Maharaj Prabhupada as his Shiksha Guru. So Shiksha Guru can be also many, but one will be prominent. So especially in Gurudev's time, when Param Gurudev was present, then Param Gurudev, his relation with Param Gurudev, he was prominent Shiksha Guru for Gurudev. After the disappearance of Param Gurudev, then Swami Prabhupada became the prominent Shiksha Guru for Gurudev. With respect to Diksha Guru, the disciple has a mood of awe and reverence, but Shiksha Guru is like one's dear friend. With him, everything can be openly discussed. If one disrespects Diksha Guru, that is a great problem in the life of a sadhaka. But Shiksha Guru is always helping and is not disturbed if one perchance misbehaves. A mother always takes care of her babies. If babies are angry and sometimes break or destroy things, their mother is never angry with them. This is a mundane example. Shiksha Guru, however, is millions of times more kind than a mother. In other words, the Shiksha Guru is very tolerant. The Diksha Guru also is tolerant, but the Diksha Guru will always feel the urge to chastise, to give some guidance, more. The Shiksha Guru also will have that, but the Shiksha Guru also is, same time it is like the Vaishnava described as a Parakya Parampara, Parakya relation. That they, in that sense, they are detached. Because they're not, they have never, the Guru or Vaishnava, they are not accepting disciple. They think that everyone is my disciple, in that sense. He doesn't give no favoritism. You can see, like, when there's Kula Gurus or Lokik Gurus, when they have disciples, then they become attached to their disciples. Then they favor their disciples. They want to give everything to their own disciples. And then you see that their relationship with with other Vaishnavas, other God brothers will come down. And their relationship with their own disciples will become permanent. Why? Because it is based on some kind of mundane, there's something mundane there. It is not fully spiritual. Therefore it's called, they are Kula Gurus, it's Sokra Parampara, like father to son. But in the spiritual, in this Bhagavad Parampara, in the pure spiritual Parampara, the Guru is never attached to his disciples. Gurudev directly said, I am not attached to any of my disciples. So I have love for all my disciples. I am not attached to them. I am only attached to Radha and Krishna. They are only attached to their Sanam Bhajam. Therefore, because they are detached, then they can instruct the disciples. The Shiksha Guru in some sense is even more detached than the Diksha Guru, because in some sense that he never underwent the formal process of initiating anyone. So there is not even the external connection is not there. The sense that the only external connection is that devotees are coming, jivas are coming into the association of the Vaishnava, and the Vaishnava then feeling some compassion there, and he's engaging them. He's helping them. He's giving his love and affection, he's nourishing them. Therefore, it is more informal than there's no formal connection. The connection is informal, and therefore they can, in a very informal way, in a very sweet way, they can guide the jivas. But in front of Diksha Guru, then there is a lot of awe and reverence. A lot of fear is there. Oh, my Guru there, then have to be everything very Maryada, very Paka. But Shiksha Guru also, actually the Maryada should be there, but because that external connection is, that formality is not there, then one tends to act more in a natural way. But this is also a danger. If one is acting in one does not recognize the glory of the Vaishnavas, understand that how they are Shakshadhari, how they are the very embodiment of Guru, then one may also commit offense. Therefore, this mood of awe and reverence should always be there for Guru, regardless. You should never think, oh, the Brajvasis, they don't have any awe and reverence for Krishna, so I will not have any awe and reverence for Guru. No. Bhakti in the form of a sadhak is only performed in Dasya Rasa, in no other rasa. There is no Sakya, no Vatsalya, Madhurya. One can develop some Sakya with Guru and Vaishnava, some friendship, but it will always be predominated by Dasya, always. Means otherwise you should always remember, Acharyamam Vijaniyam. The Guru is direct manifestation of Krishna himself. He is always worshipful, he is always to be respected. Therefore, and someone who has real mamata, real affection for Guru and Vaishnava, even for his Shiksha Guru, he will always externally be showing respect. Because that is what is being prescribed in scripture, and that is also helpful for other jivas. Otherwise, always offering pranam to the Vaishnavas, always following all Maryada with them. But at opportune times, then there is some sweetness there also, there is some natural relation there. And that is what helps, that is the speciality of the Shiksha Guru. With the Diksha Guru, there is actually very rare that external natural sweetness will be there. Even if the Guru tries to be naturally sweet, then the disciple may feel some scared, like some obstacle is there. Oh, my Gurudev, so much awe and reverence is there. Gurudev was so expert that he always trying to be very natural with everyone. And he was able to break that barrier of one reverence very easily. Gurudev was so expert. But still, there was so much, like Gurudev is so grave. When you see Gurudev being so grave, then automatically, some fear comes, awe and reverence comes. And as relationships are Monday develops, then you can be more natural and more have a more natural relation with Guru. But it still is very difficult for the disciple, very hard, difficult. The Shiksha Guru, that obstacle is not there. Much like a friend is very easy to interact with, Shiksha Guru. So Shiksha Guru is millions of times more kind than a mother. Very, very kind. And the Shiksha Guru always, he's trying to help the jiva. He's always trying to be in a way. He realized that if I want to help the jiva, then the best way is in a natural way, a sweet way. Therefore, he's always giving that sweetness and inspiring. Raghunath Das Goswami now glorifies his Diksha Guru, Yadunandana Acharya. My Guru Maharaj took me out of Maya. He gave me power to renounce all material things. If my Guru Paramatma did not accept me, I couldn't have given up anything. Because of my Guru Paramatma's mercy and power, I have no taste or attachment to my beautiful young wife, wealth or anything. After that, so much respect followed me, but Gurudev protected me. He always gave me a strong boundaries so that nothing could come inside and disturb me. If Guru Paramatma didn't protect me, then I could never progress. Raghunath Das Goswami sometimes was in the internal state of awareness. Sometimes he came back into half internal, half external consciousness, and sometimes to complete external consciousness. When he was in external consciousness, he remembered how much mercy he had received from Yadunandana Acharya, from Haridas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, and all the associates of Mahaprabhu. They would all come to meet with Raghunath Das Goswami. In his childhood, they would come to his home. Yadunandana Acharya arranged for a chance for Raghunath to escape his family. Therefore he says, I am praying to Yadunandana Acharya, my Shri Gurudev, who has blessed me with the shower of his mercy. He is famous as Yadunandana Acharya and has a storehouse of Krishna's love. That Shri Guru has given me incomparable mercy. I therefore always remember and pray and take shelter of that Shri Gurudev. That Guru is very glorious and great, who makes our relationship fixed with the transcendental world and separates us from this world. That Guru is very glorious and great, who makes our relationship fixed with the transcendental world and separates us from this world. Whereas most people only make us more and more entangled in this world. Therefore I am always praying to Sadguru, who is the object of the Lord's great mercy. Therefore I am always remembering He who has helped me escape samsara. If your Guru is not helping you become detached from this world, then what kind of Guru is that? So you will understand that you are in good association when you are becoming detached from this world. When you find yourself being always engaged in Krishna's service, always hearing Harikatha, always chanting the holy names, then you can understand that person is your well-wisher. But someone who is giving you material benefits, material things, they are great cheaters. Therefore Guru Vaishnava, they never give material things. They never distribute these things because they only entangle the jiva, bind them further. The Guru Vaishnavas always give transcendental instruction, inspiration for us to engage in our seva, engage in our bhakti. In this prison of material life, we are in the jail of mundane family life. To escape is extremely difficult. Even if we escape and come out, then again we enter back into that place. We cannot remain outside of samsara and family life. Our mind is restless and disturbed outside of this. Our mind is always running back there. Like Vaishnava described, the fisher lady who goes to the forest and sleeps in the field of flowers. The sweet fragrance of the flowers is there, everything is favorable, but she is unable to sleep. And she puts the empty fish basket over her head, and she smells the smell of the fish, and then she's able to fall asleep. But that is our nature. We are only happy when we are there. The worm is inside the stool and it's happy. You take it out and it will try to go back inside. So our nature is like that. Like the animal will take over the jungle, but they will always try to go back to the jungle. So we are only happy when we are there without anarthas, without attachments. Then we feel at peace. And when we are removed from we become removed from our attachments and anarthas, then we feel, oh, new situation, very painful, uncertainty, what's happening? Then we become disturbed and insecure, and then we want to go back. We're not willing to make progress. If you want to walk up a staircase, only if you lift your foot up from the previous step, can you place it on the step in front of you. So we have to be always introspective, always praying, always trying to make advancement, always willing to give up, detach. But we have this tuchcha shakti. This is one of the hridaya doorbali, one of the weaknesses of the heart. We become attached to very insignificant things. That's why if you go to anybody's room, you'll see there's so much junk there in the room. So many items that are useless, never using, but we never throw them away. Why? We're attached. Or maybe in the future I will use this thing, but we're never using it. Just gathering garbage, trinkets, this thing, that thing, all useless things. Then only when it's like too much, then we give it away. When it gets old, it breaks. So much wastefulness, so many things. This is our nature. We become attached. We're unable to give up. So our mind is always running back there. Wherever we go, we take with us our four-walled house, which is our prison. There we think, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my friend, my relative, my wife, my husband. We have developed this habit since many lifetimes. Das Goswami therefore says, my Guru Paramatma separated me from everything and gave me such a great chance to escape samsara and enter the realm of absorption in Krishna's eternal pastimes and service. He took me out of this fearsome samsara and brought me to the Lord's lotus feet. By one pointed surrender to Sri Guru, we will become recipients of the wealth in the heart of Sri Guru. We'll finish here today, and we'll continue in this commentary, Kripakatak's commentary, tomorrow. Gaur Bhavananda Hare Hare Riva Jai Guru Pada Padma Ki Jai Guru Parampara Ki Jai Sachinanda Gaur Hare Ki Jai Saparsada Gaur Hare Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Katyani Vrat Ki Jai Vrat Palakari Bhakti Minna Ki Jai Nanda Gadi Vaishnav Minna Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Brahmananda Hare